Okay, mad cow.
Is that good?
Okay, it's here.
'Twas the morning of patch day, the servers were down, not a soul was in Azeroth, no one to be found. Our tunes were all logged safely in Dalaran till 11 Pacific when they let us back on. The children all pouted, they wanted to play, and they prayed that the downtime would not be delayed. The technicians squashed every bug they could catch, while Blizz, in their wisdom, applied the new patch. Then by voodoo or magic, by hacking or zen, something strange had occurred, because Nim had logged in. And upon logging on, he was appalled by the things that had happened, the things that he saw. The NPCs weren't in their places that morning. The humans and gnomes danced with Orc and with Tauren, and as his eyes wandered throughout Orgrimmar, saw the boss Ragnaros from the old Molten Core. Some goblins cooked s'mores upon his burning flame, and some drunken-ass dwarves were doing the same. In strolled Illidan, holding eggnog and skull. He smiled at Nim and then let out a call.
Come Kelthis and Patchwork, come Rivendare Baron, come Vash and Arugel, murmur and kill Jaden.
They lit up the torches, and bass shook the walls, only one explanation, Christmas party at Thrall's. The dragon Onyxia took to the sky, Malagos and Sartharion followed close by, and down to the city the dragons they flew, carrying mana thistle and large kegs of brew. After scanning the crowd, giving each mob a stare, Nim realized that one boss wasn't there. So he mounted his mount and started to ascend, across valley and mountain to the snows of Northrend. Arthas the prince had a soul colored black, Frostmourne on his side, torn up cloak on his back, with dark decoration and locks of white hair. He had invitation, but was froze to his chair. The king of the Scourge was not jolly nor merry. There aren't the words to describe stuff this scary. His big frozen ass all covered in snow, he wanted to party, but just couldn't go.
I'll make them all pay,
Arthas had said,
for mocking, laughing at the king of the dead.
Just then in the distance a figure flew in and walked right inside. 'Twas the Horde Warlock Nim. Arthas was furious, beside himself at the audacity of this tiny blood elf, but he'd an idea, forced a smile through his lips, and beckoned,
Come forward, small elf, I've a gift.
Skeptically, Nim approached the frozen throne.
The rest celebrate, but they leave me alone. I enjoy presents and dressing a tree, a blanket. Hot cocoa is all that I need. But now I've a plan.
Arthas said with a laugh, raised up Frostmourne and cut Nim in half.
Don't worry, my son, I've not ended your life. Now rise and become my minion, Death Knight.
Newfound power coursed through his veins. No longer desired parties or candy canes. Arthas gave him some armor decorated in black, a runic forged sword, and then sent him back. Party still raging on when he'd returned, rejuvenated by the power he'd learned, and as he landed in town made quite a scene. They laughed and they jeered, it's not Halloween! Now what happened next bears not repeating, but the party was over, many retreating. Their presents were trampled, the tree turned to soot, Nim killed all the bosses, scored all the fat loot. Well, Christmas was over, but Arthas was pleased.
Gather the gifts, my son, bring them to me. Get the cocoa, the blankets, the large kegs of brew. And is that a space heater? You can bring that back too.
With the gifts on his mount, he flew out of sight. Merry Christmas to Thrall from the newest Death Knight.